if there was talk going around, and now you've really created another identity, let's call it what it is. You've gotten into character because you're making money so much that you go create another app. If you've gotten taken into the office and they don't have the validation, why didn't you just shut shit down? Because you still have the option to probably save your job.
They already had it. Yeah, they had a private investigator go in, create an account, and I was baited. So I think, when I shared with that confidant, that ultimately was shared with administration, who then went in and
they created an account, and you bit the bullet, sent pictures, communicated, sexing, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Well, and not only, and that's when through the communication, the DMs is where I exposed my face, because people wanted to see, there's this like who is this, and is this really you and your body? And I get, you know what I mean? How can you validate the authenticity of this? So it was those things then, and I know that they had that because I had to go into the board office separately. Even though I was resigning, I still had to have a private hearing, and those images and the DMs were presented to me, and I just was told to remain quiet, which I did. But yeah, so they had that validation.
So you didn't expose yourself for more followers?
No. So then I'm with an online, in the time, almost 2 months had passed, I had secured a job with an online school. My second day in that position, the local news contacted me for a statement. And that's when I said, why are you running? Why? Why are you going to run this story now? This was 2 months ago. And then I said, please don't do this. My daughter's in a neighboring school. This has been hard enough on her as it is. I don't need this to be exposed in the news. Heard nothing again. So then my daughter comes home from school, told her.
How old is your daughter at this time?
She is 16.
And none of this ever crossed your mind?
Never.
That this shit can backfire and fuck up a lot of shit?
No, never. When I was doing this, when I made that decision to start that account, I knew and I thought about, God, please don't let me lose my job. Please let me get through this. Let this get me through and get me what I need. You know how much I love what I'm doing in the classroom, but I never once considered what could have happened if this does get out. Not only are you going to lose your job, but your kids are going to know about this. And not only are the kids going to know about this, then their friend, the community. Yeah, I never considered those ramifications.
Why not put that kind of effort in creating a double life on 2 porn sites and go do something that doesn't put anybody in danger?
Like I said, I didn't want to change the way I taught with those additional hours I was putting in at home. So I wanted to find something that could be done with so little time and still make enough or generate enough money to help bridge that gap.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah. So the second day of my online schooling, that's when so my daughter comes, so that's where I was. My daughter comes home, tell her what's going on. She's like, oh my God, we can't. I said, I thought this wasn't going to happen because you resigned. I said, I did the best that I could. I can't help it. She wanted to call that news anchor. She did. I stood right by my daughter's side while she pleaded with her not to run that story and said, please, I know what my mom did. I know why she did it. And I understand and I support her. Please, this is not good for my mental health. Please don't do this. She said, please don't think like a news anchor. Think like a mother who's trying to support her children. And the woman just said, thank you.
He
hung up the phone and the story was on an hour later.
I know this is hard for you, and I admire that you want to tell your side of the story. So I'm going to ask this question, and I know it's going to probably be difficult. The rumors at this point is just rumors. Now the rumors have become validated because of the Section 8 got coerced into. I don't want to use the word coerced because you was running a business. Just call it what it is. You was running a so-called business through the social media. What was the response? This is probably going to be emotional. But what was they saying to your daughter and your son prior to it being leaked out?
On the news. Horrible things, like horrible things, like calling my daughter, she's her mom's the one who does OnlyFans.